Alright, so today what I wanted to do was talk about some of my favorite albums, specifically my vinyl collection. So I absolutely love vinyl. It's one of my favorite things about just music collecting in general, and is really the best way to collect music. And I have a vinyl record player that I absolutely love, kind of looks like an old AM/FM radio. It is an old AM/FM radio, but it has a turntable on the top of it as well. So that one's a lot of fun. But anyways, I wanted to share with you some of my favorite cuts and some of my favorite albums from my collection. So let's get started. So the first one that we have here is Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Elton John's breakthrough super smash album. It's a double LP. And it is just so freaking cool. This literally has almost every single one of my favorite Elton John songs on one record. It is crazy. We got Benny and the Jets, we got Candle in the Wind, we have Jamaica Jerk Off, Sweet Painted Lady, which is another one of my favorite B-sides. Dirty Little Girl is so good. All the Girls Love Alice. And then, of course, the title track, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Absolute classic. Can't go wrong. Elton at his best. Next up, we got Ozzy Osbourne's Blizzard of Ozz. Such a killer record. This was Randy Rhoads' debut with the Oz Man, and is just so insane. I mean, you've got really every single one of these songs are classics. I Don't Know, Crazy Train, Goodbye to Romance, D, Suicide Solution, Mr. Crowley, No Bone Movies, Revelation, Mother Earth, and Steal Away the Night. So going through all of those, I Don't Know is just a straight up smasher. Again, this was Randy Rhoads' first record with Ozzy Osbourne, and his first record after doing his stint with Quiet Riot. And all of these compositions are just incredible, and Randy really shows off his guitar playing ability and prowess in songs like Crazy Train, Goodbye to Romance, and my personal favorite off of the record, D. Randy was actually a classically trained guitar player as well, and his pursuit changed after he was with Oz after a few years, and he wanted to eventually go back to school to study classical music. So if you get a chance, it's an absolutely beautiful composition. D is the name. You got to listen to it and check it out. So good. And now we're gonna get our wings with Aerosmith. Okay, so this was their first greatest hits album, and man, did it not disappoint. You got everything. You got every rocker tune anyone could possibly need. This is your summertime top-down anthem right here. Bring this with you, get an 8-track version of it, and then pull out the old Chevy, and man, you've got an afternoon to have some fun with. I mean, you've got Dream On, Same Old Song and Dance, Sweet Emotion, Walk This Way, Last Child, Back in the Saddle, Draw the Line, Kings and Queens, which is a little bit of a B-side, but still a killer cut, Come Together, which is their cover of the Beatles cut, and Remember, Walking in the Sand, which is another B cut. But so good, and it adds a really nice touch to the record. And I love this one because I picked it up secondhand, and there are all of these really cool writings on it, and you can actually see where someone wrote in as a gift to someone else right about here. But again, totally sick record. All right, this is one of my near and dear favorites. This is Radiohead, The Bends. So this was my first vinyl, and bought it new, and I was just now getting it. I was just then getting into Radiohead, and really just that 90s new kind of not even grunge. Radiohead is one of those bands that you can't really define them. They are just Radiohead. They just are what they are. But they do what they do so freaking well. And again, this was my first and probably my favorite vinyl. and some of my favorite tracks from Radiohead as well, most notably The Bends, High and Dry, Fake Plastic Trees, and My Iron Lung. But really, this is another complete run-through album I can listen to from top to bottom. So Radiohead, The Bends. And then, of course, saving best for last, this is my absolute favorite record of all time and is an original pressing. And I have a lot of pride on this one. This is the Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction. But this one is really cool and most notable because this is a original pressing. Okay, so GNR went to Geffen with this artwork created by Robert Johnson and brought it to Geffen in hopes of making this the artwork. And Geffen wasn't stoked about it, but they went along with it and put it out. But they only got away with a few thousand pressings, and before the record company pulled it because none of the record stores would sell it because of its artistic front cover. So this is one of the original pressings before they switched to the much more well-known front album cover with the cross, which was actually modeled after Axl's tattoo that he has on his right forearm. Really, really killer record. Again, this is my favorite record of all time and my favorite pressing. So I got this as a gift from a very special person a few years back, and it is a absolute treasure of mine that I am a very happy keeper of. So those are all my favorite vinyls out of my collection. Hopefully it'll just continue to grow. We can make more of these. What are some of your favorite vinyls? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe.